first one is simple air cooling system. Now in simple air cooling system, if you see this one, so this portion, if you see this one, this portion is your, this portion is your, you can say, is the airplane, and it works on the gas turbine. You see, this is the gas turbine. This is used to run the plane or move the plane, and you see this plane is moving in this direction, say from left to right, and as it is moving, ambient air is coming inside and it is rammed. You know what is the ramming of air? Already we have discussed what is the ramming of air. You know, here you are having a convergent divergent nozzle, and because of this that nozzle, the air gets expanded and its static pressure increases. Now this increased pressure air is taken by this main compressor, and it is again compressed. Now in this main compressor, it is compressed to a higher pressure and higher temperature also. Now you can say that the air coming out of this compressor is having higher pressure than this ram air. Also it has higher temperature than this ram air. Now this high pressure, high temperature air go to the combustion chamber, where it takes the heat and goes to the gas turbine. It is expanded, and that airplane will move forward. Now some of this compressed air, high temperature, high pressure air is taken out by the tapping here. Now this high pressure, high temperature air is passed through the heat exchanger. You see, this is the heat exchanger, this one. This is the heat exchanger. Now this heat exchanger is having the air coming from this portion, that is rammed air is coming inside this heat exchanger. As you know, the air passing through the tubes is having higher pressure, also it is having higher temperature than the rammed air. That means what? There is a temperature difference between this air passing through the tube and the air passing through the heat exchanger. That means there must be heat exchange between these two things. Now heat exchange means always heat is flowing from higher temperature to lower temperature. That means the air inside these tubes will be cooled down, and this air is now passed through a turbine. Now as it is a high pressure, high temperature air, it is passed through the turbine, means it is expanded in the turbine. Now as it is expanded in the turbine, what will happen? Its pressure and its temperature goes down, and that low temperature, low pressure air, that expansion is up to the atmospheric pressure. Okay, now this atmospheric pressure air and low temperature air is directly passed through the cabin. Now you see, it is the air is directly passing to the cabin, no extra evaporator is required here. Okay, now this passed to the cabin. Now during this process, you know, during this process when the expansion is done, this rotor gets rotated. That means this is the turbine, and the air, high pressure air is passing over the turbine, and that means the turbine rotates, thereby expanding the air. Now that turbine rotates, that means this turbine will give some work, mechanical work. That means this turbine rotates. We'll use that work to run a fan here. This is called cooling fan. Okay, now this fan is induced fan. Induced fan means what? This fan rotates and it will create a suction in this portion. Okay, and because of this, the air will be sucked from this pipeline, you see. Okay, now that means this air is coming from where? This ram air is coming. Because of this suction, the ram air is circulated like this, and it is again sent to the atmosphere. Okay, so this is what a simple air cooling system. I think you understand this. It is very easy. Now come to the next, that is simple air evaporative system. Now if you see this one and if you see previous one, it is very similar to the previous one. Only thing is here is only one heat exchanger and